Hello students, welcome to our first video of organic chemistry. So in this video we will be discussing about the representation of organic compounds, how the organic compounds can be represented by condensed and bond line diagram. So first let us see the representation of organic compound. Now when we are saying the condensed or structural formula, we have already learned that how we were representing the Lewis structure. The Lewis structures were represented by what? They were represented by electron dot. For example, if we take the case of methane, instead of bond, how we were representing? We were representing it with electrons. In this way, we were representing what? We were representing the Lewis dot structure. In the place of bond, what were there? Dots were represented. Now, in the case of condensed structural formula, here we are actually representing a compound either by omitting the bonds between them or how they are represented. For example, this ethane, it can be represented in the expanded form. It can be represented instead of the dots. We can represent what? We can represent the compound in this way. This is known as our what? This is known as the condensed structural formula, either by omitting the covalent bonds or just by representing the structures using bonds. Now moving on to our second type of representation, which is our bond line structural representation. Now what is this bond line structural representation? In this, we are representing the structure of the compound by using a single line. If two parallel lines are there, then it represents a double bond, and if three parallel lines are there, then it represents what? It represents a triple bond. In this case of bond line structure, you can see that the carbon and hydrogen, they are not shown. Instead of that, they are represented by what? They are represented by single line. In a which manner? In a zigzag manner. What do you mean by zigzag? That this representation is known as zigzag manner. So there are certain rules for representing this bond line structural representation. The first one is, do not draw carbon and hydrogen atoms which are attached to the carbon. Now what does this mean? We have to represent the carbon and hydrogen in what? In zigzag manner. And how we are representing? We are representing as, you can see here how many carbon atoms are there. You can see in this case 4 carbon atoms are there. How is it? You can see this is the first carbon, this is the second carbon, this is the third carbon, and this one is the fourth carbon. So how we are representing it? We are representing it in a zigzag manner. So we can write it as 4 carbon atoms are there. So 1, this corner is 2, this corner is 3, and this corner is 4. This one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, and this one is what? This one is 4. So the 4 carbon atoms are represented in a single line. In which manner? In a zigzag manner. Now you can see that if there is a free end of a zigzag line, here you can see that no other group is there. So the free end of a zigzag line represent that there will be a what group? The free end represents a methyl group. Now let us see our next type of example. Now in this case also, how can we represent the bond line? Just now we have done it. How many carbon atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how we are representing it is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3, this one is 4, and this one is what? This one is 5. So it is a very simple representation. We have to see that each corner represents what? Each corner represents the carbon atoms. Now moving on to our second type. Here also you can see that the number of carbon atom is 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. But here you can see that what is that? Between the second and the third carbon atom, there is what? There is a double bond. So as already said, how we are representing? We are representing the double bond with a double line. This double line represents what? A double bond is there. Now let us see another example. When branching is there, here you can see that in the parent carbon atom, how many atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So as learned, we can represent it as 1, 2, 3, and this one is what? 4. Now in the third carbon atom, what is there? branching is there. And branching of what group is there? Branching of a methyl group. So first, second and this third carbon, we can represent it like this. So the free end already discussed what the free end represent. The free end represents a methyl group. So in the third carbon atom, there is a branching. So we are representing a line like this, which represent the branching. Now let us see our second rule. In the rule number 2, it is said that draw all atoms other than carbon and hydrogen. So here you can see that we have taken an example. This is for what? This is for acetone. Here how many carbon atoms are there? Again 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms are there. So how to represent it? 1, 2 and this one is what? This one is 3. Now draw all atoms other than carbon and hydrogen. So after representing, you can see that in the second carbon atom, there is a double bond O, or it is what? It is a ketonic group. The name of the compound is acetone, which we will study later. So the bond line representation is like this. Now in this case also, how to represent it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atom is there. So how we are going to represent it? 1, 2, 3 and this one is 4. Now you can see that between the second and the third carbon atom there is a double bond. So we are writing it here. We are representing a double bond. And in the third carbon atom there is a substitution. What is that? It is what? It is a bromo group. It is bromine. So we have to write Br. If it would have been a methyl group, we could have only represented a line like this. But since it is Br, we have to represent it like this. So this is the bond line representation. Now let us see the last rule, which is our rule 3. Here, draw hydrogen atom if they are not connected to carbon. So in this case, you can see that there is an what? There is a OH group is there. So here the hydrogen is not directly attached to the carbon, but it is what? It is attached to the oxygen group. So how to represent it? Again, how many carbon atom is there? We have to see. How many carbon atoms are there? 3 carbon atoms are there. So we can represent it as 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms are there, but what is that? We have to draw hydrogen atom if it is not connected to carbon. So this group is represented by what? The OH group is represented like this. So in this case, we have to draw the 3 carbon atoms 1, 2, 3 and we have to represent the functional group OH like this. Hope these things are clear. In the next video, we will study how to name the organic compound. The naming of all these compounds are important, about which we will study in our later videos. Thank you.